Yeah, this is Questlove from The Roots calling. I'm supposed to be calling the beat.
What's up, Questlove? You just casually say that on the phone. That doesn't
Yeah,
happen
and
often.
you know, is this Jazzy talking right now?
Yeah, this Jazzy. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm
What's
great.
Up? How you
Good
doing?
morning.
I'm happy. I'm back home. I haven't been here since like my days of doing a bunch of nights at Erykah Badu's crib working on her records.
I was just finna say, please, I hope you in the city already, because the people is waiting for you, Quay.
We just landed.
Let's go.
We just came from Dallas. Last night we were at Madison Square Garden celebrating Dave Chappelle's 50th birthday.
Yes,
and,
Dave Chappelle.
And then we had to immediately get on a plane at 5 a.m. to come down to the city that I guess really never sleeps. You guys do it different down here in Dallas Fort Worth, so
It is different. You didn't at least brush your teeth and drink some water. I already
not
know.
even. I'm in the same. I'm gonna be fresh and clean tonight.
Yeah,
I gotta be fresh.
Quick, don't be walking around the D smelling like last night now. Don't be coming down here doing us like that.
Nah, I'm all good. I'm all good.
But we are super excited to have you and all of the hip hop legends at Dickies Arena tonight in Fort Worth. Hopefully you pull out your cowboy boots. How fun is it to be on tour with your friends and just be jamming out like you used to do?
You know what? This to me is levels of, like, the Roots have never done their own arena tour before, but after the magic that we did at the Grammys this year with Hip Hop 50 celebration,
yeah,
it was like, we got to do this big level. We got to, can we do arenas? And man, like, to be like, Ella calls me his general, and the way that the show is structured, I want people to know that this is not a regular show that you're going to tonight. Like, there isn't an opening act. There's no opening act, no closing act. What you're going to witness tonight is a 3-hour mixtape. Literally, like, a few, like, Goody Mob will come out and do one song, and then Big Boy's going to do a song, and then LL is going to do like 3 songs, and then MC Lyte does like 3 songs, and then LL might come back do another song, and then Bone Thugs and Harmony comes out and does 3. Like, it's going to be like a DJ gig with these incredible artists, and it's like Big Boy, Juvenile, Goody Mob, Bone Thugs,
That's
MC
crazy.
Lyte. Yeah,
so people basically make sure you hydrate, stretch before you come.
Where you're comfortable, wear your Crocs, forget sexy, like, just come in your kicks, and come prepared to have a good time. And it's so crazy to watch LL and the way that his audience is literally, I see 8-year-olds there, I see 80-year-olds there, all in their gold chains, singing the lyrics. Oh, it's beautiful.
And it's sold out.
Yeah,
y'all sold out everywhere.
You know what? The deal is like there's some walk-up tickets left. Like, we're opening up sections, because the thing is that no one's going to celebrate the 51st. So, in our lifetime, this is our jubilee. Like, this is our Juneteenth celebration. We're celebrating this art form that we're able to make a living off of.
Right.
We're celebrating art, and so I just love the fact that for our people, we're making space for joy.
Yes.
We're not at all like known for embracing our happiness or trying to find some joy in it. And I just love, like, in the last 3 years that we're taking time out to have fun for ourselves. And
yes.
So this is part of that. This is part of that process. Come out and get your joy on.
Yeah, I think what's cool, even just about your story and what's inspiring for young creatives like me, is that, in a space, in a time to where there really wasn't a space for creatives to kind of be as wild and as wacky and as experimental as they wanted to be. You kind of took the initiative to, like, do that. So it's cool to, like, bring that energy back and help, recreate those spaces and allow us to come into it and be like, wow, like, to see this raw is is something that needs to be done for the culture. So, shout out to
know
y'all
what?
for continuing that because we need it.
You know what? I think a lot of us had our wake-up call in the pandemic.
Right.
Because before the pandemic, I was doing these things, but it was like my job.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't getting up out of bed unless I'm paid, blah, 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 blah. Or I ain't doing an interview with that magazine because they only gave us like 4 stars instead of 5 stars.
Yeah.
And it started becoming a competitive, ugly business. And what happened was the pandemic happened and we all neutralized. And I had to get reacclimated and reintroduced to music again as the way that I loved it when I was a kid, not like, man, I got to write a song for the soundtrack. I hate this,
Yeah.
I was that person. I was not loving the gifts given to me. And then once the pandemic came, I fell in love with music again. And then on top of that, I realized that creativity is transferable. So suddenly it was like, hey, maybe I can make a movie.
Right.
Oh, whoa, I can write a book. Oh, I can, suddenly I just became I'm not a musician now. I'm a professional creative.
Yes.
I'm a curious creative. So, yeah, I encourage all people to whatever the things that are in your life that you said, oh, I could never do. Like, it took them 7 months to tell me I'm meant to tell the story of the Harlem Cultural Festival. Like, I was avoiding phone calls and running away and like, man, Spike Lee, why don't you take this, man? I'm not a movie maker. I can't do this. Like, we talk ourselves as people. We talk ourselves out of our blessings and our joy. And so that's the lesson I want people to learn. Like the voice in your head is probably the meanest. We say stuff to ourselves in our heads that we would never let another person say to us.
Right.
So you gotta silence that voice and just take one step in front of the other. Like, whatever it is that you think you can't do, don't look at that mountain. Just take one step at a time. And next thing you know, you're on top of that mountain. So that's the lesson. That's the lesson I want people to learn.
You know what? You're also a part-time pastor because what you just gave the people was a word. Questlove, okay? And I receive all of that. I mean, you hit just so many things on the nail for me personally. Entering into, this industry and just working on the radio side, the demand that comes with it has definitely changed my perception on what I do for a living. I went from being, a cool me to having my personality literally be a job title. So I'm like, yo, it hit different. Like, it hits different. And it's cool to hear you say that and know that, like, I'm not out here tripping. So thanks for that.
Well, you can do your job, but just make sure even if it's just like 30 minutes a day or even like one day a week, like pick a Sunday to just choose 4 hours. Like, make sure you make space. Yeah, you do. You know what I've been doing lately? That's kind of been breaking the internet.
What?
I've been throwing Uno parties.
Oh yeah, I seen it.
Right. Like, one day I was just like, man, like when I was a kid playing Monopoly and Uno, like playing games, like they used to be and I was like, I'm gonna bring that back. And then I called up a whole bunch of my friends and like, yo, come to the crib, man. Let's just play cards. Like,
yeah.
Don't, there's not a party, like, don't wear your heels and don't, like, come sloppy.
Like, just come pull up, yeah. We just come
pull
up and keep
that's
it.
The thing. Yeah, and they discovered that joy and fun are important to our mental health. So that's why I do it. And, man, like, you got to just take some time out to play Uno occasionally, just to have fun in life.
No, for real, man. I received that. I received that. Congratulations on your book, your new book that you dropped this year too, The Rhythm of Time. Love, I'm, also big into, just science and tech and, all that nerdy stuff. So, it's cool that you're creating, these kinds of stories, you know what I'm saying, for the kids and keeping it fresh and keeping it quirky. Like, bro, we need that so bad.
You know what's weird? So, as I said, in the pandemic, we all decided to change and do the work. And, the person who was my life coach was basically telling me, I want you to make a list of all the creative things that you feared or talked yourself out of.
Right.
And all my friends were like, yo, you love Back to the Future so much. Why don't you write a science fiction book about time traveling?
Yeah.
And for like 3 years, I was like, nah, I can't do that because I don't know all this scientific jargon and all that stuff. So I was talking myself out of, once again, I was talking myself out of my own dreams.
Yeah.
And so when the pandemic came, I decided I'm going to make a list of everything that scares me. And I'm just going to take one step at a time and do it. And what do you know? Like, I have a talent for writing science fiction. So I'm gonna do my second book next year. So
wow, that's really inspiring.
Yeah.
So I love like vampire novels.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I have a thing with like vampire novels. And when I was in college, I was like trying to create, my own like young black vampire movies.
Right.
Definitely could have made it probably like on Tubi by now if I like kept going. But that definitely
let me
just
tell
kind of
you
re-sparked
something.
me to not run away from that idea because it is something that I just like. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you something. As much as we clown Tubi on the internet, yo,
Tubi is live. I'm trying to get on there.
Literally, like in the beginning, like I was looking at the movie, I was like, man, I ain't watching no Tubi. Next thing you know, like an hour later, I'm watching all the movies. Like
all the movies, back to back to back.
Like, who knew that Marcus Houston made like 30 films?
Bro, I didn't watch the ones with Erykah Badu. Oh my God,
Right.
bro.
Right. So I'm like, like that's my. I love Tubi, so I'm good.
That's so cool. Thank you for your mind. And look, before you go real quick, tonight, we
Yeah.
outside in the city. I know you in town. I wanted to hear the story of how you and one of our, Dallas legends, Miss Erykah Badu, and of course,
Badu.
in the DOC, like, I want to hear, do you have any stories of like how y'all met or just funny stories of
Absolutely.
y'all kicking in? Like, just for the
Absolutely.
city one time.
I met Erykah Badu on April Fool's Day in Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
She says, I know you don't know me, but you guys used to always come. There's some sort of cafe that we used to come to whenever we did shows in Dallas. And she was like, I was one of your servers, and I told you in the restaurant, one day you're gonna work on my album. And I was like, okay, so who are you again? And she was like, you're going to work on my album. And I'm Erykah Badu. And sure enough, like 3 months later, I got a call. And, we came to Dallas. Me and James Poyser came to Dallas. And, like, this is where we created, like, Other Side of the Game and
Right.
Sometimes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so, like, I whenever I work with Erykah, we have to come to Dallas to work with her, and
Right.
I love coming down here. Like the last time, like I did like a serious like week here was when she worked on New America 2, and we worked on Window Seat. Literally, I had my backpack and I was supposed to be out the door on my way to the airport, because I had to do a show the next day, and
Yeah.
she's like, no, just one more song. So literally the last note of Window Seat, I just ran out of my drum seat and ran straight to the airport. Like I barely made my plane, but
That is
I
crazy.
love working with her. I love working with her. Yeah, like we even made You Got Me down here with her. Like she sang her parts in Dallas. Like now, of course, you can just pull out your MacBook Pro, get your microphone, and
Right.
sing it, and then email it to me. But back in the
then
day,
you have to
like,
pull up.
yeah, back in the day, and I'm glad I did, because she would take me out and different places, and I wound up DJing and playing at her club, and I miss those days, man.
That is so fire, man. Well, she's been a mentor to me as well, and it's always, a learning experience, and I always just love being in spaces where I feel challenged creatively. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, please.
Yeah. No, she's a seed planter. Like,
Yeah.
even the place where I'm talking now, like Erykah was talking that back in '97 when we thought she was just a little too crazy. Like me and Raphael Sadiq used to have a joke about her. Like, man, I'm never looking Erykah in the eye, man, because she got some special Pleiadian alien powers, and and now
for real.
here I am 25 years later finding my inner Pleiadian power. So, you know, more power to her.
Yeah, respectfully, man, and more power to you, the entire Roots, and all of the hip hop legends that's gonna be at Dickies Arena tonight. We turn it up. Lace your sneakers up, ladies. Don't do no makeup. Just do a good lash and some lip gloss, and we gonna have a good time.
That's right. That's right. We all gonna have a good time tonight. Hey, what's up, Dallas Fort Worth? My name is Questlove of the legendary Roots crew, and this is 97.9 The Beat, and we are kicking back with the one and only Jazzi Black.